FM 88.1 WHPR. Highland Park.
Turbulence.
We run Detroit radio.
We're live.
What's the freaking deal, guys? You already know you are tuned in with the Plug Radio. It's your girl Dub here. Y'all know Keith's in the building.
Hey, I did some shit.
Keith's actually in the building today, y'all. Like, he in the building.
Oh, y'all can see me for once.
Yeah,
Hey, listen.
that's the thing. So now is the face to match the voice, so y'all
Listen.
can see. That's so funny, because you always, behind closed doors.
I know.
So this is awesome.
Man, look.
See, and the thing is, Keith's got like real great facial expressions. So it's good that y'all can see Keith, because it just makes some of the stuff that he say a whole lot funnier.
Yeah, this might be a good one.
Yeah. But what's up, you guys? Happy Saturday. Today was a cold one. I'm not gonna even cap.
It was very cold.
A lot of people is getting sick. I've been seeing a lot of people having issues, saying that, they've been a little under the weather, sniffly and stuff like that, because y'all be, just letting the fact that it's summer fool y'all. Y'all have to check the weather. I'm gonna tell y'all that now. Especially around this time, because when it starts to shift, it's like them mornings and them nights be cool. So even when it is like 70, 80 in the middle of the day, like we starting to get those 50 and 60-ish type of nights and mornings. So, have you a little windbreaker, a little jacket, hoodie, something for the time being, because it's starting to get like that. And I do not want to get sick because of none of you guys.
Listen, I got sick during the summer, so I need you, you unwashed heathens, to please wash your hands.
Tuh.
That
That happened to me one summer. So.
It sucks because when it's hot and you're sick, sickness already make you feel hot.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's hot and like when you sweating hot sweat and sick sweat, it's not. It's some sick business.
But the thing is, like, I be cold, but I be hot too at the same time, like, because I will like want the fan on, but I be under the cover or whatever the case. But it's like, I don't know, my body be just contradicting itself a little bit.
Yeah, I'm hip. All right, now I go.
I hate it. But that's the thing. All right, y'all. So today we talking relationships and a few things under that topic. So I want to know, first of all, Keith, would you ever do a long distance relationship? Or have you ever?
Well, you know what? I have. It's. See, I'm not a big, like, worrier. That's the word I'm going to pick when it comes to relationships. Because I'm like, if you're going to do something, you're going to do it whether I'm 10 miles away or if I'm staying in the house with you.
Next door.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't really worry about stuff like that. So long-distance relationships never really bothered me, really.
Yeah.
Even if it's, like, relationship stuff or friendships.
Yeah.
Like, if you're far away, it is what it is. And not when I was
Like, stuff
doing
can
it.
still be.
Yeah, I didn't have no car at the time, so that was like, I gotta see you when I can afford to see you type time.
Yeah.
But it didn't really. I feel like I was blessed. Ain't nothing happened, as far as I know, anyway.
Right.
Right. So
you ain't find out about nothing.
no, but a lot of y'all out here paranoid. I wouldn't recommend it if you were like a jealous type of person.
Well, I'd probably say the same thing, but I tried it.
How far?
Cali, and I was staying here.
How? Now hold on.
Because,
That's a plane. That's a flight. A
Yeah.
ride. That's one thing. A flight is crazy.
yeah, it was real long distance.
Man.
Now that I thought about it, but I was younger, and we actually both was cheating, so But we started here, and then it was like I was already out of school, so when he had ended up graduating, he went to school in Cali or whatever the case. So I visited him like twice, but it was just like, like you said, it's a plane ride. And I think I was only like probably 18 or 19 at the time. So
Right.
I had my own crib at the time, so it was like money was there, but it was like, nigga, I had bills, so I ain't really about to be flying across the dang on nation.
Now you was out of school.
Yeah.
Why you didn't just like you only stayed a few? How long did you stay when you went?
Like the first time I think it was like 3 days, like a weekend or something like that, and then the second time I think it was like 4 or 5 days or so. But he was on the basketball team, so they really wasn't supposed to have nobody like living in a dorms or whatever the case at the time. So
Right.
when I did visit, it was like certain stipulations. So if his coach would come and stuff like that, then like I have to go somewhere else or whatever. Like his coach couldn't know I was there.
Why you didn't just like visit during the summertime?
I don't think we actually made it to the summer. Like he stayed there up until the summer. He stayed there the whole time up until, so we didn't make it to that next following summer
Dang.
or whatever the case. Yeah, so that was the cool part. But yeah, like we definitely ended up like it was like till about, I can't remember when we actually like broke up, but yeah, it was still during the school year or whatever the case. But yeah, like he didn't leave until literally like the day before he had to like go move in types. So
Now, if it's long distance, right?
yeah.
Do you have to officially break up, or y'all just stop contacting each other?
Well, we broke up. When we broke up, I was there or whatever the case. And so actually like we was still kind of in communication for a second after the fact or whatever the case, because he kind of needed my help. So
To do what?
because he still had certain stuff that he had here, or just the things that he was doing at the time, he needed help money wise. So yeah. So I would have to send him certain stuff through the mail and things like that. And when he had originally flew, he didn't have like all his clothes and everything like that. So I would like FedEx him his PlayStation and different stuff like that. So yeah,
Okay, I feel it. Understood.
yeah. Then it was just certain stuff that he couldn't get there that he might have wanted and stuff like that. And it was just like stuff that we already had purchased or whatever, and it was just on back order, like Fago and stuff like that. So
Right.
yeah, but I just sent them all the stuff. I was
Fago?
like, okay.
You had the FedEx and it's not. Hey, listen. It's not. It's. That's. I don't trust FedExing food.
Hey,
Or drink.
listen, it wasn't for me, so I didn't care. But I bubble wrapped it and all that other extra stuff. But yeah, they like one of his roommates, his mom used to send him care packages, and she used to bake cookies and stuff like that. And I'd be like, I'm not doing nothing like that. Like if I can see some canned goods, something maybe like that. But no, not nothing that somebody can tamper with that's already cooked. Is you crazy?
She
Like,
sending him
you
food
just
like he in the army.
plastic wrapped it. Yeah, like no, I wouldn't send nothing like that to the army.
That's so funny.
That's not it.
That's.
But
hilarious.
yeah, I wouldn't do a long distance relationship right now at this day and age. I wouldn't count. I'm not even that I'm jealous or nothing like that, but it's just like for me personally, I know what type of lover I am, and I'm not gonna be okay with it. Like I'm gonna be dealing with somebody else because I need like physical touch and everything else. Like I need to physically see you.
Right.
I can't be dating no catfish type.
I mean, you know what you can't date a thought because you
Yeah.
know what they look like.
I mean, even that sometimes it's just like, when people have excuses or they tell you certain type of things. Like like I said, with the situation here where it's like, okay, we met in Detroit, then it was like, then he moved or whatever the case. Like that's different because a little bit, but then again, it's still the same because it's like you can lie about stuff. And it's like, if it's not somewhere I'm familiar with even or whatever the case, then I can't really call you a bluff on a lot of stuff. Because you can tell me this particular club closed at 4. I'm not going to go on freaking Google and be trying to look up the club that you're talking about, just to see if they close at 4 for real. So it's just like different stuff or whatever the case. People had jobs and you could say that you go to work every day. Like, I can see you here or whatever. I can catch you out somewhere. I ain't seen your car leave your house, you know what I mean? Or I know where your job at. I might come up there just to have lunch and you ain't there. So it's like you don't have a job there. It's like I can't pull up on you and stuff like that. You can just not answer the phone during your work hours.
Right.
So it's like I don't know other stuff that you're doing. You ain't, you know. But it's just, you know, all types of different things.
I feel you. I understand. I wouldn't do it as an adult now because it's like,
Yeah.
when I'm like you. The stuff I need you to do, you too far away to do, and I don't know what it is, especially with y'all. Y'all notice when a female not doing something right, or at all.
I think men do too. Like, you know,
No, we don't.
I just say unhappy. Like, because it depends on the person. Because if you have that type of person that's like into taking people from situations, like, then it's like they look for that type of person, you know what I mean? So therefore it's like you can kind of almost sense it because that's your thing, you know, that's your go to almost. Like they might prey on those type of people. So therefore it's easy. It's just like, you know, you can tell certain situations or you know, certain words or phrases that they use, certain ways they might act or whatever the case. Like, you know that she got a man, but she not happy. So it's like, okay, I can take you from that situation. And they feel like they being rescued.
See, I'm not gonna lie. We feel like we can do that with all of y'all.
I mean, honestly, I feel like it depends on the person, but I do feel like anybody, not necessarily, but I won't say taken, but you can have sex with them almost too. That's the same thing. Because, you know, it to cause infidelity any type of way. I feel like, yes, anybody can be tried. It just takes the right person. It takes the right situation and just knowing what that person wants. You know what I mean? If it's a person that's like, they don't get a lot of attention and they are that type of person and you showing them attention, that's not something they man do. It's easy. You know what I mean? They man might not be the best financial person or whatever the case. Sometimes he just don't listen to you and your problems or, you know, just have an ear for you. So it's different stuff depending on the person, the woman, and the man or whatever the case. So
Yeah, I don't believe in faithfulness. I mean, I feel like you haven't met everybody in the world, so for me to sit up here and say, "Oh, my girl would never," you're stupid. Respectfully, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to hurt nobody's feelings out there watching this, but yeah, you're a little off in the head. You know what I'm saying? Because
he said you're stupid.
yeah, because that's I can't. You know, you have free will. I don't like that. I don't like that. So I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't account for all your actions and thoughts. You could lie.
It's like I trust until I have a reason not to, basically. That's my whole thing. I go into situations being trustworthy. Like, I give people chances for sure. But what I don't think that people understand is, like, if you expect to be with somebody for a long period of time, and some people think forever, you know what I mean? People get married and things like that. So if you think for the rest of your entire life, you're never going to find someone else attractive. You know, nobody's ever going to catch your eye, whatever the case. Like, you never know what type of setting this person will be put in. And that's the thing. So a lot of times it's like you just could be friends with a person and it's y'all attraction just happened, you know, by mistake, just because of how cool y'all is.
Right.
Or whatever the case, or because y'all like the same things, and you know, and then you might not necessarily want to be with that person, but you just find a connection with them, and things like that occur, and then stuff happens sometimes. People have heated arguments, and sometimes, you know, heated arguments have heated situations where it's like, okay, you sleeping on the couch tonight, or
Right.
you know, you might even gotta leave the crib. So therefore, it's just like, yeah, it's depend on, like I said, the situation too.
I'm glad you said that, fellas. I want to tell y'all two very important things. One, don't never leave a house you pay bills in. That's number one. Now, if you want to sleep on the couch, cool. I'm the type, hey, I'm sleeping in my bed.
Or the guest room, whatever.
You could roll over. Well, you could face that way.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
sleeping in this bed. It's
Definitely.
just we not doing that. Number two, do not. And I'm talking to both of y'all, men and women. Do not pursue your friends. Now, listen to what I'm saying right now. Do not pursue your friends. I'm not saying don't be in a relationship with your friends. Like if your homegirl become your girlfriend or your homeboy become your boyfriend. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm saying don't pursue. Now, if it happened, it happened. But don't press the issue. Let God put that together.
Yeah.
Because if that goes left, you could possibly lose a good friend. And if you're willing to risk that friendship over a possible relationship, that's not really your friend for real.
Most times, I feel like that's part of the reason stuff don't work. Is because, like you said, people kind of press it, but it's just like, like I said, let things just flow in that instance. But I feel like that's all relationships, honestly. If you do want a person or whatever the case, how people say, I've been wanting you, whatever, I seen you, X, Y, and Z, that's cool. Like, you can set out to get a person, but it's just like, shoot your shot and that be that. You can impress a person, but if they not interested or, it's giving that type of energy, just move on. I don't feel like, that's one of the things I feel like people do a lot of times. It's like, and then you get in a relationship and you looking at months and sometimes years later, and this person is still not attracted to you the way that you are to them, or like they just don't love you as much as you want them to, right. Or they don't look at you how you expect them to, stuff like that. But it's like, you had the infatuation. For me, I grew to love you, and sometimes it'll be the case. So I feel like when people press situations, it's like almost making this, occur. And It's just like, even when you break up or whatever the case and you still go back to a person, it's like sometimes you can have a fresh start and people realize that they miss that person and that's where they want to be. But sometimes it's like y'all go and get out and then it's y'all come back to the same toxic situation. So it's like, let whatever ain't for you just be.
Yeah, and that's not easy because a lot of y'all don't. No, I'm saying that wrong. A lot of y'all have a hard time being by yourself for too long. So you kind of try to force the issue, any given issue, and you never should force it. I'm not a big fan of forcing, but I do have a question because y'all came up with a very confusing term. What does applying pressure mean? What does that mean?
Now for me personally, I'm not applying pressure. I feel like that's like after the dating stage. Like once y'all realize that y'all dating type, y'all done been on a few dates in exchange or whatever the case. And like you said, once you are like pursuing a person, I feel as if it's like you might be talking to other people or have been. It's like you only showing this personal person, like just one of these people, because that might be the potential to be a relationship, maybe, or whatever, something serious or whatever the case. So that's when I feel like applying pressure is significant. It's just like basically like you screw on the back almost in my eyes. It's just like I don't know. I feel like people try to show a person what they will be getting in a relationship in a way. So it's letting a person know how you are or whatever the case. Sometimes people use it the wrong way, because if you are trying to impress a person versus you applying pressure, I feel like applying pressure is just you doing something that you would do, like I said, once you was to get a person. Or you know what I mean? It's just like, we done did X, Y, and Z. I just want to show you a little bit more of me, or a little different sides. Sometimes it don't always got to be like expensive or anything like that. It can be simple stuff like you can't eat lunch with me or whatever. You could have got us fucking freaking Chipotle. That's fine. Like ain't no problem with that. So with that being said, it's like okay, you just showing me a little bit more attention. You might be trying to see me more. Or we might went from us hanging out and you didn't ask me to spend the night or whatever the case. So that's the applying pressure. It's just like taking things to the next level.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I always thought that meant spending money.
It can be. I mean, it like I said, don't always have to be expensive.
I get it. Now, I do have another question.
Yep.
If I'm doing relationship stuff before the relationship,
Yep.
what's the point of then being in the relationship? If I'm doing boyfriend stuff, what's the point of me being?
Well, that's why I said it depends on the type of pressure you apply. Because like I said, it's like giving a taste. So you don't necessarily give the whole nine. And that's why I say, like you said, it's like spending money. It don't always have to be spending money or whatever the case. But it's not something that you do as often either. Like if we were boyfriend and girlfriend and this is something I would do all the time, maybe. You know what I mean? So it's just like a smidget of, or a gesture, things like that or whatever. I feel it's just like to seal the deal because, like I said, you could be talking to other people and that other person is probably doing the same. So therefore, you knowing that you in competition is probably like a, just a, like I said, you kind of putting yourself ahead of others almost because it's like out of all these other people, you the one that's showing me time. You the one that's just investing in me or whatever the case, just listening. It might just be us being on the phone a little bit more. Or you might be a person that only texts me like every other day, and then you might start texting this person a little bit more often. Or, you don't really send good morning text, but you send her good morning text. So that's why I say it don't necessarily have to be spending money or like buying gifts or something like that. It just could be something that you usually wouldn't do or you don't do for others. Because like you say, it's like I'm not your boyfriend, so it's not what I want to say, like only for you basically. Like this is just not yours. So it's just like I said, you still kicking it with other people and things like that, but it's just like this particular person, I'm applying pressure to you. That's it. Right. So that's why I feel like only that it appears to one person.
Okay.
Appeals.
I got you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Today y'all make dating so hard.
But I do get what you mean on the aspect of like doing certain stuff beforehand. So.
Yeah, I'm not fixing nothing. Don't ask to borrow nothing. I'm not beating nobody up.
My mama said a little old saying us earlier, talking about buy by the cow if you can get the milk for free.
Yes.
Yeah, so definitely feel that. But it's up to you on what you offer too, because if you are doing boyfriend or girlfriend things without having a spouse or whatever the case, and you're looking to be one, then therefore it's like you can do certain things, but you still have to do the slight minimum. Because it's like, I feel like people do certain things to let people know that they can, you know what I mean? Because even when, people always say stuff. So when you hear a person talk about stuff, it's just like, okay, I can cook, girls, well, I can do this, I can X, Y, and Z, or whatever the case. So it's just like, okay, I'm going to cook you a meal just so you can get a taste of. Okay, I told you I can cook, but you're not getting this every day type, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's just something to, like, seal the deal a little bit, put you ahead of others. That's how I feel, so.
That's why I'm glad me and sis back together. She's my little floor model. Like, what I could do for you,
yeah,
I'm going to do for her. And I'm going to let you know about it. Or I'm going to show you. Like, oh, her birthday coming. Oh, she out of town. Yeah, I sent her out of town to go do this and that. Or I sent her downtown to go do this or go do that. Or I bought her this or I bought her that. I could be buying you that. So I it's like that over on this side. Or I did this and I did that. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah. Yeah, it is. But I ain't, you gotta do a little, you know what I'm saying? But, she blood, so she earned it when she was born.
Okay.
But you, though, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So, like we were speaking on Thursday, I just want to touch bases real quick on this topic again. But dating somebody who is in jail or going to jail. So I know most times it's not really the woman, but if you were to be dating a woman and she was expected to go to jail, what is the time frame or the amount of time that she could do that you would actually wait for her and y'all still be together?
See, I'm a little different. Now, get in a whole nother relationship, I might not do that.
Yeah.
But I might deal with some other females.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time you about to come home, I clear all that up. All right. It's about time to wrap this up.
So you just be cheating.
Yeah, not really. Kinda, sorta. Because hey, listen, when some of them females go to
Here
prison,
you go.
they get out looking fine. I don't know what it is about prison that just make people fine. Like dudes who go to jail get buff, get swole. Females go to jail.
Yeah, but some of them come out, they be looking good. Nah, don't do that.
You seen the female prison pictures? They in there fine as hell.
I mean, yeah, it depends. Because some of them be eating, but some of them be getting a hold of them drugs in there, and they don't be coming out looking too good.
Yeah, but it's a little harder though. Some of them, hey, listen, if you got anywhere from 2 to 5,
It's like, because you get that natural in you too. For
Mhm.
women, it's good sometimes because depending on the person, it's like you wear wigs and doing all this and stuff like that. Being in jail, depending on how long you gonna be there, your hair for sure gonna grow if you ain't messing with it, because it's like you can't do nothing with it. It's just there. So it's like that's one thing. Your skin, it's like you can't really mess with it. You ain't putting stuff on it or whatever. You just wearing regular clothes. You can exercise if you choose to, but they make you eat or whatever the case. Like, you get fed at least for sure.
a little bit.
So
You get fed enough not to die.
absolutely. But that's what I said, make you eat because they don't want you to die.
Yeah.
But if you got commissary, then they be in there grubbing, and it's like majority of the time you eating, you sleeping, taking naps, stuff like that. So it's like it's not really too many activities that you can do, and then you only get so much outside time. Some of them work out, in their rooms or whatever the case, but they not as fitness as the men be, because it's like a lot of the times majority of them, that's what they do on their downtime is just work out. So it's like with the women, it's like they read books and do hair and different stuff like that. So
Speaking of that, better question. But to answer that, anything under 10, no, I'm not. No, anything over 10, my bad. Over 10, no. Under 10, I'll be reasonable. Your person goes in.
that's fine. I'm gonna say anything under 5.
Dang.
I ain't gonna cap. After like 5, 6 years, like you going into like 6 years, 7 years, 10 years. Yeah, like you said, I probably won't get in another relationship, but I would just end it because of some fact, like you said, I'd be freaking other people. So,
Long distance relationship.
Yeah, no, ain't no point.
Now they go in like Christian, and they come out a Muslim or something. Something different. They switch religions in prison. I'm not doing that.
That's different.
I don't care if you got a year. If you come out talking about Assalamu alaikum,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, it depends on the Muslim too, cause some of y'all is like not fully, you know how y'all them half Christians and all that stuff.
Yeah, you come out a Philly Muslim.
Yeah, like so that's one of them ones. Dang, I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, but yeah, like over 5 years, that's no. I'm sorry, cause I can't do it. So if you was going to jail, would you expect your spouse, like if you already had a girlfriend or whatever the case, would you want her to stay?
No, just keep my commissary together.
So
I don't care what you do.
you would tell her she could have
Yeah,
sex.
yeah, just keep my JPay together.
Okay.
Are you
Yeah,
stupid?
it depends on the time for me. Like if I'm only doing like a year at the end of the day, I ain't gonna cap.
You could do this while I'm free.
Absolutely.
I fully expect you to do that when I can't get to you.
Yeah, so it's like I would just tell you what I expect, but it'll be just like don't let a lot of people, like, everybody know.
Yeah, don't play me.
Don't be like out taking this girl on dates and all that type of stuff. Like, if you gotta get some coochie, that's fine. I understand that. You need your pleasures. But if we still on the phone and you visiting me and all that stuff, like we still, still going with our relationship, kind of. Like, we still create memories inside of here.
Yeah.
You still coming on birthday and this and that and stuff. You bring me cards and pictures and write me and all that. No, don't be on that. So that's why I would say that.
Don't no baby boy moments. Don't let me call. Is this Jody?
Okay.
The same. I don't want to. Don't let him answer the phone.
Excuse me.
When I'm there. When I'm
Absolutely
calling.
not.
You know what I'm saying? Don't miss my call.
You bet not.
That's crazy.
That's one of them ones. That's like top rule. You better answer this phone
Look,
whenever I call. Unless you got one of them jobs, I understand. But it's like, if you got one of them jobs, you can pick up your phone. I don't care where you at. If you in the club, you better go to the bathroom.
yes.
But yeah, it'll depend on time for me too. Because if I'm doing like 3 years for me is a lot. I feel like. So I'll be like, you can't listen. Do your thing. If you're not in a relationship when I get out, then we try to spin the block. But I'm gonna just let you go ahead and live your life. Because I'm going to jail. You not.
Hey, listen.
Like, I ain't expecting you to be on lockdown.
I don't care what's going on. When I get out, what's up? What's going on? Oh, okay. Hey, look, listen. It's been these
Definitely
many years.
gonna need some.
I need some of that right quick.
Okay.
We could break up right after.
Yeah.
But we
But
gonna
we ain't even gotta
look,
be together.
we
At that
sure
point,
don't.
It's just like you is the last one.
Yeah, and I know where you at. You know what I'm saying? So
Unless I get to talking to somebody in jail, but
how that even be
now
happening?
see, that's what I was gonna say. Would you talk to somebody like already in jail that was like about to get out?
How?
It could be an old friend. People have pen pals. They be having Instagram nowadays too.
Yeah, I done seen them in there doing some crazy stuff with the female guards. Yeah, I would. Yeah, why not? You talking about like a female about to get out?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I just told you, I'll find her. Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, depending on what you did, what'd you do? What crime did
Well,
you
yeah,
do?
that depends.
Yeah, what'd you do and did you do it?
Yeah. So like murder, what's that?
What were the circumstances of the murder?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So like, yeah, homicide type, like just
What happened?
gangster stuff.
What happened? I ain't against killing nobody, but I need to know why you did this. What was the circumstances?
Okay.
Like, it can't just be because you was bored. No, because that's borderline crazy. We're not doing borderline crazy.
Yeah.
Now, if you ain't had no choice, all right, cool, understandable. I know you willing to do what you got to do if you need to do it. Cool, but nah, you killed him and you ate him afterwards. Nah, buddy, I don't care how fine he is. Fine, ain't enough fine in the world to substitute crazy.
Yo, this brace so itchy. I'm down one hand.
Yeah, she Edward Scissorhand her hand.
No,
For those y'all that missed the last show,
I did not.
you did
My hand got smushed
doing what?
in the metal press.
Doing something you had no business doing.
That's not Edward Scissorhand. Edward Scissorhand got knives.
I mean,
On his
okay.
hand.
Let me see who smashed their finger up. I don't know. Well, she did. So
Right.
she the only example I got.
Look at you.
That's funny. Oh Lord, that's hilarious.
I hate when I yarn because you know how they say yarning is contagious.
Yes.
When I yarn, I feel like it's only contagious to me.
Probably.
That's so crazy. Like literally, I would yarn for like 30 minutes straight, and it's like I'm not tired, but it's just like that yarn came, and it's like I'm looking in the mirror or something. That's the weirdest junk ever. Cause why?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'll yawn, be wide awake, and then like 4 hours go by. Then I'm tired. I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah, like get my yarn to come, and then I'm just yarning back to back to back. Like especially when I used to be at work, I do that junk all the time, and I still get hiccups. I don't know why.
Yeah, too much coughing.
But
give
I
me
ain't
hiccups. I ain't, getting hiccups grown is kind of, it's like hiccups and being ticklish. Being grown and being ticklish
Don't do
is
that, cause
what?
I'm still ticklish.
That's crazy. That's insane business right there. Why are you ticklish? And you should have told me that. You're one-handed. Why would you tell me that?
It ain't my fault. I'm ticklish. Do it like you outgrow ticklish.
You should. You do outgrow ticklish. What do you mean? You got ticklish, allergies.
Well, I never had allergies.
Fear of the dark. You outgrow certain stuff.
I ain't outgrow fear of the dark, depending on where I'm at now.
You're not. However old you are,
Like
scared of the dark.
basement, I still don't mess with people's basement. Can't be in no dark basement.
People's basements? Yeah, your own basement? I think you're all right. You put the stuff down there.
Oh no, I put the stuff down there, but I don't know who down there with it.
Nobody.
You never know.
Especially if your basement don't got no door that lead outside.
No, mine don't. It got like the side door is connected to the. Okay, so like when you go into the side door, this is my mom's house. You go into the side door.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 1, 2, 3 steps that go up, and then it's into the kitchen, the rest of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Then, like when you go into the door, you can go straight down to the basement. That's
Yep.
the side door.
My granddad's house was like that.
So where the 3 steps into the kitchen is the door right there that closes
Mm-hmm.
too. So a lot of times we used to have that door closed when we'd be playing outside. So when you go in and out or whatever the case, we used to have a refrigerator and a freezer downstairs. So my grandma put like popsicles and water and Capri Suns, all this stuff, whatever we would want there and get.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we would just go straight down the stairs and then go back out instead of having to go in the house and walk all around and disturb them if they was doing something.
Right.
Yeah. And they just keep the door closed.
And in the midst of all of this, you were afraid of the basement that you had just went
Not
in.
during the daytime. But see, now the only thing is my grandma's house was different from the house that I grew up in. When my grandma moved out, we moved to my grandma's house. Like, she had a switch that was at the top of the stairs and the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like for the steps. It was
Right.
for the stairway. So only when the light would go out was when I would be scared to go down there.
Mm-hmm.
Because my grandmother's basement was clean. It was like, well, I won't even say not clean. It was like neat. Because our basement was clean. But my mom was a hoarder.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say. So, my grandma, it was like she had bar stools and antiques on the bar and old pictures and stuff like that, whatever the case. And it was just spacious. Then we had the little record player, and it was like a cassette player, whatever that was against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
We had a couch down there, whatever the case. And then laundry room, it was like she had a pantry. But it was like the pantry had a light. Every room had a light. So, it was just like that. But when my house, the one that I grew up in, on the boulevard, that one, it was like certain parts of the house. I mean, not the house. The basement had lights. So it was like our toy room was full, but okay, like how you got these up here, these long, y'all know y'all had a long white. So we had the long tube lights like that went in there.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like once one would go out, whatever, and my dad wasn't living with us no more. My mama didn't used to go to freaking Home Depot, go replace them lights.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, shoot, one of them had one in it, the other one might have had two. That one down there was none. The other one had one in it too.
Mm-hmm.
One might be the left side, one might be the right side. So it's like it was dim in certain areas, and it was lit up in certain areas. So when we go in the basement, that's where all our toys was. Majority of the time after Christmas, like we had a few toys in our room,
Mm-hmm.
but like all the millions of toys that we had was always downstairs. So what we would do is we just put the rug where the double lights was, if whatever area.
Mm-hmm.
In the basement, in the rec part. So we'd just play on that, and we just bring our toys to that area type junk. Cause mom, like I said, she won't buy new light bulbs, not for the basement. She definitely for upstairs, like the little screw in. But them, she barely even knew how to read them boys, and I think we went one time and she got the wrong thing. As a matter of fact, to be quite honest, but yeah, I was definitely like one of them kids that was scared of the dark. Like our laundry room, it was like right above the washer and dryer. We had a light there, and the utility tub was in a different area. It was a light there. But we had a bathroom downstairs, and we had a kitchen that used to be downstairs in our basement. So, as soon as you walk down the stairs, the kitchen was right there, and there wasn't no light in there. So, that was literally like I said, right by the stairs. So, if it was dark upstairs, like if it wasn't daytime, and I would have to go down there and get our laundry or my uniforms or something like that, Mom would be like, girl, go down there. I'd be like, bro, you know I'm scared. So, I go down there and get my stuff. Baby, you better hope you got everything, because zoom, run up them stairs so fast, and don't let me look back. Sometimes I scream. Like
Just
it was
'cause.
literally something behind me. I be able to,
That's funny.
wasn't in there. Wasn't in there.
That's all your mind kicking your own behind.
It sure was, but I was a kid.
Okay, so how does that translate to being a grown adult still afraid of the dark? What's happening here? What happened with that?
Probably still childhood trauma.
That's crazy. That you put on yourself.
Probably.
That's
Well,
crazy.
I won't blame only myself. My brother used to do that because he told me scary stories and stories that wasn't true.
Right.
And I believed him.
Mm.
But besides that, at the end of the day, yeah, it's like certain like if I'm by myself, that's one thing too. So it's like if it's somewhere that's dark that's not supposed to be dark, I'd be a little worried. I won't necessarily say scared, but I'd be paranoid. Or I'd be looking around and stuff. Like I just hope don't nothing happen. So that's what I mean. Like I am still not scared of the dark though.
That is hilarious. That's funny. I don't even like the light for real. I'm if I can sit in the dark all the time, I'm in the dark.
See, no, that's different. When I'm at home, I'm like in the dark, dim, unless I got to do something that I need, like requires. But yeah, if I'm just chilling or whatever the case, like when I'm at the crib, majority of the time the lights is like off or on a lower setting or something. Because I don't even really have to have my blinds open.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you scared of miscellaneous darkness, the darkness that's not controllable.
Yeah.
Okay, that's funny too. But all right, I understand.
But that's what I mean. Like if I'm somewhere and then like the lights go out and I'm there by myself, of course I'm gonna be like panicking or I'm gonna scream.
It's the screaming part that's doing it to me. Why are you screaming?
I don't know. I gotta let somebody know I'm in here.
That's funny.
Wherever I'm at. That's just like one time I went to the mall. I might have been at the mall, I might have been at Walmart, Meijer, something like that. And I went to use the bathroom and I had to take a number 2. And I was using it for so long, the lights had a sensor. It was like motion. So when I walked in the bathroom, they automatically was on. Or I think somebody had just might have left out. So it was already on. So I didn't know they was motion. So if I had seen them come on when I walked in, then it wouldn't have scared me. But I'm on the toilet and I'm just in there scrolling and whatnot, whatever the case. Next thing you know, the lights flick off. So I'm like, what the heck? So I literally put some tissue on my booty. I didn't wipe it, and I just ran out trying to see if somebody was in there. Or I'm like, did somebody turn the lights out? So as soon as I got out the stall and was in where the sink's at, that's when lights came back on. And I was like, oh, it's motion. So
You didn't know that when you walked in?
no.
They was already on when you walked in? Okay.
Yeah. That's what I said. Somebody must have just walked out type jump or left out a few minutes before. And it was still in the time frame of them still being on. So when I walked in, I would have knew if they had popped on as I walked in, then I would have automatically knew. I probably wouldn't have been scared. But I was in there whoo, whoo.
You know what? I don't know what to say to that. That's a little, what's the word? Dramatic is the best word. I had another word I can't think of right now. But that's funny. That's a little wild. Yeah, that's interesting. I haven't heard an adult tell a story like that. Well, as far as darkness or like clowns and all that stupid stuff, them little dumb fears. Oh man, that's funny. We gotta fix that. You too old. You scared of the dark.
Never.
Never is crazy.
Never too old.
That's
Whatever
insane.
you're scared of, be scared of.
No, don't be scared of anything. The only person you be scared of is God.
You could be. I'm scared of insects.
Why are you scared of? You're not even scared of the stuff that can kill you. You scared of the stupid stuff, ain't you?
All them bugs.
Just
I'm not scared of like mosquitoes and ladybugs and stuff. I'm scared of bees. Like I do not like bees. I don't mess with bees. I'm scared of spiders, even though they probably can kill me. Some of them can
yes.
if they bite me. But yeah, I don't mess with spiders. Like centipede, they really just scare me at the image of them, like cause how they got all them legs and they be hairy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only thing. But like dragonflies too, I don't. And the rest of them is not that I don't like. I'm scared of them. They just irritating. Like flies, I hate gnats. I hate type. You know,
Mm-hmm.
dragonflies big as hell.
Yes, I'm well aware. That's just great.
Mosquitoes bite.
Yeah, they do. They do bite. Yeah, you know,
Too much.
I snakes. Okay, something that can kill you. I understand, cause you know
That ain't no insect. That's a reptile.
I'm aware. There's no insect you should be afraid of that you see in America. Like if you go to another country, okay. No. What?
There you go.
Hilarious. That's funny.
Yeah.
I need you to be scared of some stuff that actually hurt you.
Yeah, I'm scared of snakes. No. Yeah, I'm not fully because I held Smith snake,
Mm-hmm.
but it didn't bite. It wasn't that kind. So if you got that kind of don't bite, or it's not like poisonous or no anaconda, you know, stuff like that, I'm cool. I like frogs. Like I've had a frog. I've held frogs and stuff. I had a turtle.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like no, insects are different. Butterflies, I'm straight with. Moths, I just think they ugly, but I'm not really scared of them. I just don't really care for them.
You don't bother. You can hear them flying.
Yeah,
You can hear that.
like flies, they be buzzing and stuff. I don't like them.
Everything that flies buzzes.
Not everything. Butterflies don't buzz. Ladybugs don't.
I haven't seen a ladybug fly in I don't know how long.
Yeah, I like ladybugs.
Okay, well I get it. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna get you some rational. We gonna do a trade. Get you some rational fears of stuff. Because yeah.
I'm scared of regular stuff too, though.
Like what?
Lions and tigers and bears.
Stuff.
Oh my!
How about some stuff you can see? Actually,
I do see them.
you've never seen a lion.
I mean,
tiger.
I don't live in Africa, so
I know.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm scared of what you want me to say? Bad guys,
I don't know.
robbers.
Bad guys.
Scared of robbers.
What about the like the little dots in a you know what it's called when it's like a bunch of little dots in one spot or holes?
A bunch of little dots.
I'll pull the picture up.
Yeah, a meteor.
No, it's like people got this fear of like a bunch of dots in one spot
I'm scared of like a elevator.
dropping.
Yeah, like or getting stuck in one.
I feel like I can get out of an elevator if need be.
It depends, cause you don't mean know how long you gonna be stuck in there, and then depending on who the elevator made by. Sometimes them people have to get the jaws of life and all that crap,
Mm-hmm.
and that's too much. I'm scared of being stuck on a roller coaster,
Yeah.
stuff like that. I'm scared of catching HIV,
Okay.
AIDS, whatever.
All right. I understand.
Yep. I'm scared of
Stuff like this.
falling off a building. Oh, what the freak is that? That's real?
No.
Oh, yeah, I ain't scared of that. That look like a wasp nest.
I know. Yeah.
We don't even do that.
That's what people got fears and stuff like that though.
I mean, yeah, shoot. The flesh-eating bacteria, stuff like that. I'm scared of that.
You don't even know what that
I'm
looks
scared
like.
of going to jail for a
Why?
long period of time.
You're scared of going to why?
Prison. I'm
You're
scared to go to prison.
Why?
What you mean? I love my life. I like freedom. I like eating what I want to. I like going to bed when I feel like it. I don't like having sex with only girls.
Okay, I get that.
Right. That's all the stuff. What you mean?
I mean, you can't be scared of. That's not a. What's the word? That's not like a.
A reason?
Yeah.
Well, for me it is.
Because, like, for the most part, if you just go to jail and mind your business, you're all right. Prison.
No, okay, like, see, this, okay, I feel like it's pros and cons to prison.
Okay. What the hell are the pros to prison? Let me hear those. Let me hear the pros of prison. Go ahead.
You ain't gotta pay no bills. You can still live. Like, you ain't homeless. Because most people, like, you don't go to work, you don't do this, you don't do that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You gonna be on the streets.
All right.
So, that's the only thing. Well,
Okay.
not only, that's one.
All right.
Okay, well, I don't really know too much about prison, so do everybody got to do chores?
I feel like it shifts.
Okay, because I was gonna say you don't got to do chores, you just clean up after yourself.
How lazy these reasons are. You get to be lazy, and you don't even get to do that.
Yeah, I mean, no, not necessarily, because you do got the time that you got to do all the stuff they make you do, you know, eat and stuff. You got a schedule at the end of the day. But that's what I said, no. But the cons completely, it's like, I like to eat what the hell I want to eat.
Right.
That's bullcrap food in there.
Uh-huh.
You get, like you said, you on time limit schedule to sleep, all that stuff. You can take your naps or whatever. But then it's like, me being only with females too, that's irritating.
Y'all are irritating, yeah.
I would get irritated by that. I get bothered by that.
A bunch of you?
I'm not like other women, you know that. And there's probably some women that's gonna be in there like me, but majority of them is the same, and they act like women. So it's like drama and stuff like that. So like I said, even sometimes when you mind your own business, you still get put in stuff. People make up stuff. People just put words in your mouth. Or just drag you into some stuff because they see you unbothered. You know, you be peaceful and stuff like that. So they just make up a lie. And people will believe it depending on that place and the people that you have. Because if you one of the people that's around there always talking and you got allies and friends and you cool with everybody or whatever, and then you got this person that don't never really talk too much and then they just come make up a lie. And it's like they got more people that believe them than you. So.
You went to high school, you can go to prison.
Partially true.
What's the difference?
I still went home.
Yeah,
At the end of high school.
Yeah, but they told you when you went to get to go home.
No, because if my mom wanted to come get me early, she could.
Okay, they got early releases in prison.
That's not the same.
Okay. Every little thing you worried about in prison, you had to worry about in high school.
No, not necessarily.
You ate. They told you what to eat.
I didn't eat that food.
Okay, you don't got to eat
But I
the food
can't
there.
go DoorDash nothing in prison.
I mean, okay, so
Now what?
high school before DoorDash then.
We were still ordering food.
What you mean? What high school
We
you
used to
go
order
to?
pizza. We used to walk to the places.
Wait, what high school you went to? They let you leave school and come back on your own.
Chatsey, Ecorse, Northwestern. A lot of the schools that I had went to, like, we had lunches that, or I had the privilege. And then sometimes schools I skipped. I ain't gonna cap.
Okay.
It was lunch. Like, I don't want this bull crap. So, it was like, majority of the time, even my 9th grade year, like, I was on the cheer team and I coached. I was the captain, a pal. I'm an umpire. Shit. I'm just all over the place. I was the captain of the varsity squad.
Yes.
So I was cool with a lot of seniors because a lot of seniors was on the team because it was, the year they was graduating.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like they extracurricular or majority of someone was cheering all their years.
Right.
But whatever the case. So majority of the time I always was cool with somebody that had a car. But it was sometimes like during the summertime. Well, in the wintertime too, we walked. Okay, it's hair on my lip. Yeah. In the wintertime we walked sometimes too. Like, we just dressed warm. We knew how to dress.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, in the summertime then it's like, depending on the school, a lot of my schools was in an area where it was like stuff around it. It was stuff that was in walking distance. It was like close to neighborhoods or like, but still in an area where it was like other businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a McDonald's and Little Caesars and stuff like that because when the school I went to in Southwest Chatsey, that was my first high school.
Mm-hmm.
Literally like that next. It was probably like 2 or 3 blocks walking distance the next one, but we had a McDonald's over there. We had churches over there. We had a little tailway burger joint like Sonny's. Mott's Burgers, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We had Little Caesars over there, I think. We had like the taco trucks. So it was literally like we could eat so much stuff over there. And then we had the liquor store and they served food too. So yeah, it was like options.
Mm-hmm.
And then E-course, our lunch was good there though, because we used to have like salad bars and soup of the day and all this other type of extra stuff. So, but yeah, depending on the school, it was just like, yeah, we could leave or we just skip and make sure we was back for lunch.
Yeah, when we skipped, we didn't come back. It was just, hey, y'all ready to go? All right, meet at that door where security don't be standing at too often, and then we out.
Well, I was one of those kids that got picked up by their mom or dad. So,
Oh, damn.
if I did skip, yeah, it was like always on some funny crap because that used to be the funniest stuff ever. Because it's like I would have to figure out lies to why I went to first and second period,
Mm-hmm.
third, fourth, fifth period I was missing, and then I came and showed up on sixth period
Mm-hmm.
or whatever the case. Like majority of the time when I did date during high school, I attempted to date somebody. No, I'm not gonna say attempted because we actually was together for a little while. But I dated somebody that I went to school with in the same school,
Mm-hmm.
like one time. And that 9th grade year, I was in high school.
Right.
So it was like, I did in middle school, of course. But it was like, I dated that one person, I seen how it was, and I was like, yeah, I can't do this. Because it was like too many people was able to like make lies up about me.
Mm-hmm.
People would just be telling this man stories. And it's like, dude, we in the same school. They'd be like, yeah, she was skipping class for such and such, and they was in the back hallway and this and that, or that person brought me lunch, or he was carrying my books. It was just like minor stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just like other girls that liked my boyfriend, so
Mm-hmm.
they'd just be making up stuff, and then they'd just go tell him, and it's like, depending on the day that he was having or whatever the case, sometimes he'd believe stuff, or depending on how it sounded too.
Mm-hmm.
And then too, it was like, if I didn't have no proof, or sometimes it was just like true. So he was just like, he had a hunch or something, and if I couldn't talk him down from it, or talk me out of it, it was just like, oh well. So yeah, once I got a taste of that and I seen like how easily it was for people to access him, it was like, no. Cause like now it's like people, come to people relationships on Instagram and stuff, but that's still different.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you gotta read those comments and things like that. People ain't dropping screenshots and pictures and all that stuff. Like at that time, like I said, I was still in the 9th grade, just about to have graduated.
So you prefer him to be at a whole different school where you can't really access him and doing whatever?
it wasn't even that. Like, cause the loyal part was never the problem. Like, okay, like you said, what you don't know. So it was like, for the most part, my people's loyal. But the thing is too, at Bobby Ben, when I went to high school, I cheered for Pal. Like majority of my upcoming years. So I knew a lot of people that went to other schools.
Right.
You know, because PAL was through the police athletic league. So it was people from different neighborhoods and different stuff like that.
Did not know what that meant. Alrighty. Police, say that again?
Police athletic league.
Did not know that.
Oh,
All right,
wow.
learned me something today.
Yeah, that's good. I'm proud. But I taught you something.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so it was like I already knew people that went to other schools and stuff. Or like you have friends that had friends or cousins or whatever the case. And so it was like if I did date somebody, I probably had a homegirl that went there, a friend or something. And they'd be like, yeah, boyfriend X, Y, and Z and stuff like that. But I never really, like I said, majority of the time it was always smooth. And I feel like that was part of the reason too, because like in high school, I didn't consider flirting cheating because I was in high school, of course. So it's like I'm not about to be 100% just not talking to anyone. So it's like a dude might carry my books and might buy me Arizona or something, or they know my favorite bag of chips, brought me some chips, whatever. So it'll be different stuff like that. But like I said, you entertaining people is different. So it's like if that's what you choose to do.
Yeah, we talked about how bogus you were in high school.
Yeah.
You were bogus in high school. That was terrible. Oh, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, the story you done told. Lord have mercy. Okay, so it never crossed your mind that if that was happening to him, that would bother you?
Yes and no, because some of the times I didn't have, like, I wasn't in a full-blown relationship or whatever. Like, we could be on break or something like that. But even still, I did the shit while I'm lying. Because I did stuff while I was in the relationship. But it was more or less like, I don't know, like, in high school, for me, a relationship wasn't as serious. Like, I don't know. I just had the title or whatever. Like, I knew I had a boyfriend, but it was like, I always knew, like, we not married. Or I never looked at nobody like we was going to be married. So it was never like, okay, you just going to have me 100%, you know. No. So, yeah. And it was just like, if I was honest, then I felt like that was okay.
Alrighty.
But see, that was the thing too. If I got caught doing something too, I wasn't one of the ones that lied about it. It was like, okay, if you caught me doing something and you didn't necessarily agree with it, I just act like I didn't know that.
You couldn't do that?
Be okay with it, yeah.
What you mean?
Or I just be like, okay, I'm sorry, whatever the case. Like, sometimes I would just apologize, but I was never one of the ones that try to deter the situation.
And you weren't really sorry.
Yeah. But that's what made it, like,
bad.
More forgiving, more able to forgive. Because it was like, you really don't think you're wrong. And I'd be like, no, like, what? Because when you do something with the intent and you know that it's wrong, and you do it and it's like you still do it, it's like, okay, you just didn't care. Like, I didn't care, but it wasn't off the strength of me caring that you was going to care about it. I didn't care from the beginning at all. You know what I mean? It's not like, okay, I'm going to do this, but I know I'm not supposed to be doing it, so you're going to care. Like, it's not that I don't think I'm supposed to be doing it. I never thought that.
You didn't even cross my mind when I went to do this.
Yeah.
Now, if I say that sounds crazy. But they can say that wildness, let it slip out their mouth. She just sounded like a whole man just right now.
Absolutely.
That's hilarious.
Maybe I did, but I'm just saying.
That's, God bless.
But yeah, that's why I just, wouldn't date nobody that went to my actual, like, we went to the same school.
So you can cheat in peace. I understand. I know the logic. I got the, and trust me, you ain't got to explain the logic to me.
Not
I got
necessarily, you know. Because even still, like, stuff would get back to my boyfriend and stuff, like, because after a while, like social media and things like that. So when we would see each other on the weekends or whenever and things, like, depending on the boyfriend I had, some of them was like public and the stuff. So when we would date or go on dates on the weekends and stuff, and then like people got wind of who my boyfriend was, people would tell him lies to try to break us up just cause like people at my school didn't like me or whatever the case. So yeah, it was just like after that I just wouldn't never. It was just like, okay, I'm not gonna date nobody here particularly, and then too because of the simple fact, not only the extra people, but it was like me personally. Like I said, I wasn't one of them just locked down. So it was like, okay, like you said, I can do my dirt in peace and you having your fun. But it's like, it gave me a chance to miss you too. And I feel like I kind of got tired of my boyfriend that I had in high school that was at the same school. Because we was in the same grade. So I think we had like 2 or 3 classes together. I think we had lunch together or whatever. But it's like just seeing you in the hallway every time and all that stuff is like, I just needed a break. Yeah, real.
We got a couple classes together. I see you a few hours at a time.
I was a lot back then.
A day. Just a
You
few.
spent majority of your day, majority of your day and time was at school.
I can't even really talk to you like that because we're in class.
Oh no, we would be talking. Like
Okay.
the school that we went to at that time, it was just like it was a leniency for a lot of stuff. And I was like a teacher's pet. I get done with my work early and then just be talking to people. And my teacher would tell me all the time, like, you can't do that. You got to give the other students a chance to excel just like you. I remember her exact words.
That's
Cause I'd be done with my work and then I'd be like, okay, time to converse. Well, what's the name's not finished with his work, so it ain't my fault he chose to interact with me.
that's and even today, as you can see, still don't see nothing wrong with what she was doing. That's boy, it's a cold world we live in.
Am I
boy.
supposed to?
Yeah.
No.
What do you mean?
That's why I did it.
No.
That's why I say if you do it again all over the same way, yes, I would.
That don't mean it's right.
I had fun.
Like what? Like what? I've stolen before. I know it was wrong.
That's not part of it.
Why is it? What you mean?
I mean, well, for you it is.
Why it ain't?
For you it is.
You did something messed up, but you ignoring it. I did something messed up. I'm acknowledging it's wrong. I might not do it again, but at the time I needed to do
Ignoring
it.
is crazy.
That's what you're doing. Just disregarding your.
I acknowledged it, like I said, because if I got caught out about it, it's like, okay, I know that you feel a way about it, but I don't. That's not ignoring nothing. I'm
Again,
just telling you.
if you apply this, if she's on the other end of this logic, all hell's breaking loose. But it's okay for her to do it.
Absolutely.
That's some women stuff for your behind right there. That's crazy.
I dropped my phone.
Did you drop your phone?
Yeah, I got it.
That's terrible.
Like, I forgot where it went.
That's not okay, man. And there's a lot of females out here like that too. That's tough. And one of y'all with one.
I'm one of y'all. You talking about me again?
I was talking to them.
Oh, okay. I thought you was saying like my boyfriend is the one that's with somebody.
No, see,
Like that.
Stop personalizing stuff. See that?
Hey, it's fine with me. I ain't got no shame in my game.
Okay, so gonna cut that part out. Where we at?
Yeah, I'm glad this can be edited, y'all.
Yeah, so we're gonna take a pause for the cause right quick because I need time. I've been time stamping every time you've been cursing. So yeah, let me go ahead and
I think I need to cuss like 2 times.
1, 2, 3, 4. You cuss 5 times. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all. It's, this is like fresh to me again. Like, this, like when I first started being here. When I very first started, oh my God, it was so hard for me to stop cussing.
Why?
Because I've been cussing since, I don't know, I was probably like Probably like cussing fluently, probably like 12 or 14.
Cussing fluent. What does not cussing fluently sound like? Well, you can't tell me because I plan to put this on TV. But how do you not?
No,
how do-
I can't tell you. I can explain. Like,
okay.
cussing fluently is like, okay, like, you know how you was growing up as a kid and you cussed.
Mhm.
You knew you wasn't supposed to be cussing. So, you would cuss around other kids. And, I won't say grown-ups, but, like, teenagers to a certain extent. Like, you cuss around your brother and stuff like that. But you might have had a cousin that was, like, a rule follower.
Yes.
You knew you couldn't cuss in front of her. So that's what I mean. Like, it wasn't as fluent because it was like I knew I wasn't supposed to be doing it, so I sneaked and cussed type. But once I got of age to the point where it was like okay, and I knew my mama was okay. Like the first time I heard she cussed, and I ain't had to ask to cuss.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, that was like I'm gonna say when I graduated for me personally. Because the household I grew up in. But my mama cussed all her life. Like, my mama raised us on cuss words. Like, that's all we heard. So, at the end of the day, I picked up on cuss words. And, shoot, it's like, that's how I express myself. So, at the end of the day, it's like, shoot, I'm a cuss. So, we got to the point where, like I said, probably about 17, 18-ish. That's when I was a fluent cusser. Because it was like if I was telling a story and I had to say cuss words, you heard it. You wasn't like changing it. Then she said, "How the heck?" But she didn't say that. You know how you used to be telling a story,
Yes.
or you ask your mama if you could tell a story. It got some cuss words, you know. Or even when you was rapping, you was singing a song or something.
Right.
You knew to skip them words. You bleep that junk out. So when it got to the point where I didn't have nobody to tell me I couldn't. Or to stop. That was all she wrote.
Yeah, I don't remember when I started cussing. I don't see. I'm a little different. Maybe I'm weird. I don't cuss in front of my mama still. Today, it just feel weird.
Yeah, you different.
I don't tell a story. I just don't. It just. I can't. Mother sucker. I can't. I'm like, I gotta edit it. Or I gotta go in another room. It's just weird. It's weird, very weird cussing in front of just older folks. Period. It's weird to me.
Now my grandma, that's who. She probably the only person I wouldn't cuss in front of was my granny for real. Like, and even still though, I had to be mad. Like, I gotta be extremely mad, and my grandma know that. Like, if something was happening and it was like in that notion, or if I was telling a story, that's the only time. But not my mama, like we cussed at each other. Like me and my mama called each other B word. Like we homegirls. So it probably started as me cussing to tell stories to tell my mama type junk. And then it was like, okay, you know, like I said, then I just got grown and got of age. So it was just like my mama didn't really care. Cussing wasn't that serious for her, so that was part of it too. And like I said, my mom cussed like a sailor, so it's just how we express.
Yeah, my mother cusses a lot to this day. It's just, I don't know, it's just weird. It just feels weird. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, my bad, mama. It just don't.
Yeah.
It just don't sit right. So I try to, like, if I gotta talk to somebody, I just walk out the room or something, or go outside. Like, okay, I had to go outside. I want mama to hear this story. And especially normally when I'm cussing, it's a wild. I could not cuss. The story still sounds crazy.
Yeah, it depends. Now I didn't let my mom and I hear some stuff, but yeah, I for sure didn't cuss in front of my mom. So, it's just like older people though. Like I try to respect my elders, but I done had instances where I didn't cuss at around people that's older than me. Not necessarily older than my mama. Like I try to respect people with full heads of gray hair. That's what I consider. Like, if you got gray streaks and stuff like that, that's different. If you just full on cooing and all that stuff because you up. And that's the thing. Like,
Yeah, I feel it. I don't know. It's just
but I ain't gonna be no judgmental person. But I cuss my ass off.
no. I understand. Hey, I growing up in Hamtramck, them little Arab boys, they don't give a damn. They'll cuss like and be like
You
6.
talking about Hamtramck?
Yeah.
All them kids cuss now.
Oh well, yeah. I was talking about growing up, but yeah, all of y'all.
Yeah. But down, I'm talking about like right now.
Yeah, all
All
now
these
it's
kids
crazy.
be cussing. That's what I was saying. You know, we was saying how like our neighbors, parents, or just the elders on the block could discipline you or tell you not to do something, get down or whatever. And these kids try now. You know what I mean? They be like, Miss Johnson, shut the heck up. You know, and this and that, and cussing. And I would tell my mama. Hear the mama come saying more cuss words. You know what I mean? So it's just different. But we've started to not cuss and, you know, to respect our elders too. Like, you couldn't say certain stuff to no older person.
No.
You know what I mean? Or around them. Like, you couldn't tell no older person to be quiet, shut up, or stop talking to you. Nothing like that. Oh, no. These kids these days, especially the teacher, them teachers, boy, bye. Mama shake me down.
Yeah, I learned that in front of the teacher, my mom would be on the teacher side, like in front of the teacher.
Oh, yeah.
But then, like, when we get home, she'd be like, "Now you don't even like her ass, so I don't even know why you made me come up here." And I'm like, "Why you didn't like her when we was in there? You seem real. You like her when we was in there, all agreeing with her and stuff. Like, what the hell?"
My mom wasn't. She never really. No, I will say she played her role sometimes, or whatever the case. Like, but that was like only once when the teacher like kind of lied on me, and my mama just didn't really know the situation, so she whipped my tail. But I seldomly got in trouble in school, so that was always a good thing. Like, teachers shit, shoot, parent teacher conference. Mama would be like, after a point in time, she'd be like, "Ain't no point in me going."
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Parent teacher conference used to be hectic as hell because while you never got in trouble, I stayed in trouble in school.
I ain't gonna say I never got in trouble, but I was like, I fought more or less. That was probably it. And it was like wardrobe stuff. Like, I guess at home because my skirt was too short or something like that. And then I used to get, I got into a couple fights. That was it.
Yeah, I was always trying to put some plays together. They'd always confiscate my damn book bag full of goodies and school supplies that I was selling.
You can't have those.
I'd be mad as hell. Like, bro, I can't sell pencils. Like,
Yeah, because we used to sell, like, hot Cheetos and little fruity bags, candy, all that stuff.
man, look, that was the move back in the day. They used to hate. And I'm like, y'all have a gift shop. Why are y'all doing the same thing?
I used to love when we had the bake sales.
Yeah, the bake sales was all right. Bake sales was cool.
Especially. Because I was so glad that they used to check the food beforehand, too. Because it was like, the bake sales, we didn't have nothing that was trash. And I couldn't even believe all them people used to bake. And now, that's one thing they don't have either no more. Like, you don't see kids having bake sales and science fairs.
Nah, they don't.
No more, for real. Talent shows.
Sell little pizza kits no more.
Well, I just had one student that did one, but it wasn't even for their school. It was for, like, the dance team or something.
Oh.
But, yeah, they don't even have talent shows no more, you know? Like, we used to go all the time. I was in every talent show.
Yeah, my school, we didn't have the budget for such things.
Sure. Ain't no budget. All the kids in it.
Yeah, we had a
Damn.
Them schools used to mess me up. Like, oh, we have cooking class. Cooking class?
Yeah, I had cooking class, but it wasn't cooking class. My 8th grade, because I was talking to somebody about that not too long ago, whatever. And did you ever had a like baby? Project. Okay, so like my 8th grade, my 7th and 8th grade year, the school I went to, we had home ec, and that's where we learned how to bake cookies. We had the little baby alive stimulations, and I think it was only like 2 weekends. They had to keep the motherfucker, but it was a lot. And what else? Oh yeah, like we learned how to cook little minor stuff, like soup and things of that nature. And that's kind of how I learned how to use a hammer or whatever. What else did we used to have? We had a lot of little different stuff. But just like I said, what is what we call it? I think it was called like DECA or something.
We had DECA.
Yeah. So, certain people used to work in there, but when the home ec people, we would make the cookies in home ec. Because we had like a real stove in our home economics class. It was like real oven stove. We would make cookies or whatever the case. Sometimes we made brownies and stuff. But yeah, we did the little baby simulator, and we had to keep it, I think, like a week. And that weekend type shit. Shoot. Don't do that. And, but it was real, like, it was an experience. But I think that was one of the ones that scarred me, too. I ain't want no kids.
Them having actual kids scored me. Shoot, we had a whole bunch of girls that got pregnant in school.
That part.
Walking around looking stupid.
But yeah, we ain't have. I think some people had like cooking class, but yeah, that's what ours is called, home ec. So it was like learning how to do homey stuff, but like grown up stuff, basically, that you would have to do eventually.
Yeah, they need to get rid of that because a lot of that was training y'all to be parents earlier than you need be, and that's a little crazy.
Definitely, I said that though. A lot of people don't have swim.
Yeah, we didn't have swim. We didn't have driver's training.
Yeah, we had driver's training. The school I went to my 9th grade year, but it got closed because of funding. They didn't have enough funding to stay open or whatever following year. So that school literally was like one of the schools that had everything. They had home ec. Sexual education was one of the extras we had. We had our languages. We had English, French, German, sign language.
We didn't have all that.
I think we had what's that the deaf people use? Braille.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had French and Russian.
Nah, we ain't know all that. We
Yeah.
did French, nigga.
And I think Italian.
Oh, y'all
No.
school had money.
No, we had Arabic.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
Arabic for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because our school was in Southwest, and it was like one of the most diverse. So we had like Arabics from that, like Dearborn area. It was like right off of 90-ish, that industrial type area.
Right.
So yeah, we had Arabics, we had Mexicans, and there was a lot of blacks that went there, and we had some whites too. So the teacher that taught one of the language, she spoke German and Russian, so she was like one of the language teachers.
Right.
And then the lady who was our French teacher, she was actually from France. She's a little old white lady, or whatever the case. But we had an actual swimming pool. We did have swim class. We had gym too, which is two separate things. And then we had, like you said, driver's training. But I had said that too, like they don't even have driver's training no more. And when I was in high school, ours was mandatory. Like
Driver's training?
No, not driver's training. we had to have a foreign language.
Oh yeah.
When we graduated, we had to have like 2 electives type junk or whatever the case, and you had to take like a sex education or home economics or something like that.
Right.
So, yeah, that junk was like mandatory though, and then we had to have like so many hours of community service too. When we graduated, it was like part of your graduation requirements, or you wasn't getting your diploma. Yeah.
Do we have to do all that? I don't know about the community service part, but we for sure had to have like a secondary language learned and all that.
It was one more requirement we had to have too, but I can't think of it right now. But yeah, definitely. And we had computer class. We used to have typing, like a typing class or whatever. Did y'all have sex ed?
Yeah. Well. Yeah. We had health class.
Okay, yeah. We had health too.
Yeah.
We had sexual education and health though. It was like health. I think that was like a lot of everything. And then we had like a particular week of sex ed, but like no, we had like actual sexual education course, and that junk, when I say scarred me, and that was probably one of them times I ain't want to have kids either. Like that's when I learned about birth control for real, why women have periods and why we have cycles for and stuff. But when they showed us some pictures of them STDs, baby, I'm like, yep, nope. Like you just showed me that stuff on the finger. Yeah, and them pictures was looking like stuff like that. All bubbled up and stuff and inflamed and everything and red and pussy and falling all apart. Like, yeah, hecky no. Hecky no.
I remember my health teacher, she showed 4 pictures. She showed two penises and then 2 vaginas. One penis and 1 vagina were real sickly looking.
Right.
Obviously.
Yep.
Then the other 2 were perfectly fine. So she said, what's the difference between group A and group B? Right? And then she said, nothing. All 4 of these people all have STIs and STDs. And I'm like,
because they say them
what?
symptoms is you could be asymptomatic.
Man.
So it's like, and that's how people be transferring stuff, passing along, because they have a regular looking private, and then you go have sex with somebody, and that's a problem because a lot of times they say, you know, you're supposed to just get checked annually or after partners. So when you don't see, oh, I got bumps on my thing, or I'm itching, or it's burning, you don't got none of that type of things. They ain't just going to the hospital just for no dang on reason. So a lot of y'all just live with it and have it and don't even know. And you just freaking around. You didn't hit 3 women and they didn't hit 3 men. You know, it's just like a ripple effect.
yeah, y'all throwing all these juices around. Real crazy. Like, yeah, that's wild, man. I'm not gonna name nobody's name. They know who they are. But yeah, that type of stuff. Have you really like worried about sex and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. That's a little crazy.
Very.
Like, cause some people, that's like, oh, I need to see your test before we do anything. Like, ma'am.
Yeah, I don't think I ever did that one, but it was just like you eat it straight, right? You know? And then depending on the answer, how a person respond, it's like you can kind of almost tell the last time that they went and checked on that. So it's like, I'm trusting you regardless, because unless you do show me paperwork, and even that can be falsified these days. So,
Yep.
you know, it's just like I'm taking your word, you know. So once I get down there, whatever the case, I'm examining myself for sure. That's just that on that. But I'll never just not about the
Who just has
check.
who just got paperwork in their pocket?
Yeah, that's different.
Like, who just pulls out? So these are
Nah,
my
that's the
medical
thing.
records
Like if
from
I met you at your crib or something type, you know, and it's like, well, I got my paperwork in here with me, and it's like that type of time. That's different. So
I feel like having it ready would scare me more than not having it.
no, not ready. But I'm just saying, like, let's just say you went over a chick crib type junk, and y'all just having a conversation, chilling and whatever and whatnot, and you might have, it just got brought up, like y'all might have hinted at sex or something like that, and you just could have been having a genuine conversation, and you said something about people being clean or whatever, and it was so many words, and then she was just like, oh, you know, like, boy, my bad. They was just like, whatever you already doing. It's almost time for me to take my pills, but I ain't doing it.
Why?
Because I'm going to be knocked out.
You already semi-knocked out.
Yeah, I'm just yarning. My yarning started, so. Yeah, it'll get like that.
Yeah, if we go to have sex, and then I say, have you been tested? And then you, yes, I've been tested every month.
That's going to be weird, yeah.
Like, what? Why?
But yeah, like I said, you just meet them, and it's like I said, you got on the subject just to by happen. But y'all just, and then she get up and be like, well, you know what? It wasn't that long ago. Like, I can find my papers. Like, she might have just got a relationship, you know, and she knew she's about to start dating again or something. So you at her crib though, so it's just like, okay, there's something that she keep all her important papers in a certain area. So it's weird still to offer it up regardless, even if you do know where it's at, but it's not like just flat on there like pew. But it's still like, okay, well, that's cute, just showed me or whatever. But like I said, even that can be falsified, so it don't really matter to prove anything. But it's still like, okay, the fact that you go, it just makes it a little better.
See, here's my thing, right? Y'all want medical record. Y'all want, like, doctor records before having sex with somebody. But you done kissed this person mad times in the mouth. Not one time did you ask for dental records. Not once. And you done put your whole tongue in this person's mouth.
Now, that's so true.
You don't know what they mouth got going on. But you ain't even ask. You didn't think to ask. You didn't care. But you want to know. You want to pull some medical records out before y'all. Come on now. Let's stop being extra.
Had a nip slip, so make sure you edit that. But not only even with the STDs though, like if you do check a person, like I said, when you in the beginning, you don't do it throughout, so that still don't matter. You can still catch something down the line or whatever the case. Like just because a person like, okay, we start dealing with each other or whatever the case, and you like, okay, we not gonna start having sex because I don't know, you know, what you got. So they show you the medical records or whatever the case, or however they do it. I'm clean. I just got checked just however amount of time ago. And then y'all could be having sex for a month, but they still having sex with other people. So therefore, it's like, okay, yeah, you asked them in the beginning, y'all had sex that month, but now that y'all got serious or whatever, you never asked again. It's like, okay, you didn't stop having sex with other people. That can come at any time. You know what I mean? That STI stuff, you can go step out, and we've been together for 5 years. So that never matters. So it's like, if we not going annually or whatever the case, then that don't even matter. Don't just ask a person in the beginning.
I'm not gonna lie. If we're, well, see, I approach it a different type of way. If we together or getting together, we've been kicking it for a good little while before this. So I kind of know what you got going on. Like, I kind of know what's up with your sexual life to some reasonable extent. Like, it's not a surprise. So I don't really, I don't feel like I don't need to. Yeah, I don't need to ask. If I'm damn near to heard every story you had, almost.
It's not even about, like you said, not asking or just not even just like you said, you know your lifestyle. If I know you don't do certain stuff with your body, too, like if we've been kicking it for like 5-6 months and you ain't been to the doctor, you ain't got no checkup, you ain't been to a dentist, you ain't been to, you know, certain stuff, I know you're not going to do that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just certain stuff that you already don't do. it's like, oh yeah, you ain't even one of them ones that go get tested. I ain't even gotta ask that. I'm sorry. But like you said, I know what you mean as far as like sexual habits too. But it's just like on some regular shit. If I know that you don't do certain stuff, I already know that you don't go get tested. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't got that time.
Yeah.
Or you ain't even laying like that.
Yeah, I'm not a.
Or just how we talk. It might be your beliefs. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, if you was in a person that was in a relationship from, like, high school with one person, you know what I mean? They like, okay, yeah, I ain't never get tested or whatever the case. Like, okay. It's like an understandable thing type, but it's still like, okay, I get it. Now, would you not have sex with somebody if they hadn't got tested, like, in a while?
Everybody else has sex with literally every single person. No clue when I last time got tested. Because I didn't ask. And I'm fine. I'm good. See, here's the key, right? A lot of you, and it's real simple. Get to know the people you're having sex with before you have sex with them. You don't gotta ask these stupid questions. I don't gotta ask you. Ever been locked up before? No, because I know you. I can kind of deduce you've never been to prison by stories you've told and watching you and learning about you as a person. Do I think you've had an STI? No, because I've spoken to you and I've watched you, and your day to day doesn't suggest that you have risky sex with people. I'm more. I have more faith in what my eyes see day to day than a piece of paper.
So you ain't that tight.
Nah, I'm not, and I try not to deal with people that have dealt with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I just try, and I try to deal with, like, not necessarily I spin the block, but I try to deal with the same, like, one or two people at a time. Even two is kind of pushing it for me. You know, I like one. Like, I like to focus on one, because I can. Let me not lie. I can and I have, but today, 3, 4, 5 different people at one time is very stressful, because there's rules to this game. Everybody knows these rules, or you should if you're playing the game. The problem is a lot of y'all want the benefit of certain stuff without actually, like, you want to check without working.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Right? And I'm like, no, you got to work. And you have an attitude because I'm telling you got to work. If that makes sense to you, right? So I'm like, okay, it's not worth even doing it no more, because now it's the game is just really weird. So I don't even have time to deal with. I really don't want to deal with one person for real. So dealing with 3, 4, 5 today, no. That's not. No.
Yeah, and even it's like with me too, like dealing with multiple people though, like talking and conversing or even hanging out is different with like actually having sex though. You know what I mean? Because you can converse with multiple people, but like I said, that's almost in that applying pressure level. Because like I'm not really, we not on a level where I want to give up everybody else. You know what I mean? Like this one, you know, people be good for different stuff. So you dealing with this person for a different reason. But it's like, okay, I'm not necessarily just going to not kick it with you or whatever. Like, it ain't got to that point yet. But we ain't on a sexual level, too, even. Like, you might not deserve that part of me. Or it's just like, it could be different reasons. Like you said, I'm just, when I'm dealing with somebody or whatever the case, especially sexual, then it's like, okay, I ain't trying to be having sex with X, Y, and Z at one time. So, but yeah, I definitely feel that.
I ain't gonna lie, the sexual parts usually come kind of quick, because it's very rare when I be dealing with females that they say something that, at least before the sex happens, they say something that's what's the word? Let me see.
Like a turn off.
No, not even that. Like a turn on. Not a turn on. Like interesting. Like, okay, now in addition to having sex, I want to talk to you too. That don't normally happen before the sex. Sometimes it happens afterwards, and then oftentimes that's just the extent of our relationship. But yeah, I don't normally get the character part of you till like after the fact.
And I think that's by choice though,
Yeah, for sure.
because
Yeah.
you don't really care.
I don't give a damn.
Mhm.
But I'm willing to be wrong. I'm willing to be wrong. Like you might we might be kicking it, and I might be right in the process of we could be right about to have sex, and then you hit me with a what time the game come on? Excuse me, what game? Yeah, the Thunder supposed to play. Like you say some man stuff I like. And I'm like, oh wait a minute, she wanna. Like, hold on, let's watch the game first before we do it. Like, oh yeah, I gotta see my parlay hit. Your parlay hit.
Right.
Oh wait a minute. So now, in addition to the sexual attraction, now I'm non-sexually attracted to you on some like human connection type of hobby bonding type stuff.
And we could actually have a conversation.
Yeah, instead of me just okay. So what you about to do? Or oh, all right, so I'm about to get up out of here. Appreciate you, and now I'm gone. It's like okay, I can talk to you. Like I can actually, I want to know your name now. Like before, you was just about to be a character in a story. I'm about to tell my homeboys. Now you got a name.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Well, it's 10:59,
That part.
and you tired.
Yeah.
It's
I ain't gonna lie. My sleep schedule will be back to normal. I won't even say soon.
I was about to say your
I
hand
got
don't
some
say.
weeks.
I mean, you could just sleep normal and just get up how you normally would.
Nah, it be the pain. Like,
Oh.
yeah. Cause like, yeah, all these nights when I have like the very first night was the only night that I slept through to the time that I actually wanted to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
But like that second night, it was like I woke up at like 4.
That boy was thumping.
Man. And then it's like I had to wait on the pills to kick in, but I instantly went to sleep once it did.
Mm-hmm.
And then next day, well, I think this one, I woke up at like 7-ish or something, like 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like literally depending on what time I take the pills, you know, because by having to be on different times, some of it's like 6 times, I'm at 4 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
Morning, midday, evening, and night, or whatever. So, and it's like 2 of them I gotta take every 6 hours. Another one I gotta take 2 times a day. Another one I gotta take like 4 times a day too. So it's like depending on what time I wake up and start the pills for that particular day, then it's like okay. So that'd be the only thing. But just that's it. Some days and I wake up and depending on what pills I take too, like some make me drowsy. And a combination, some it's like I be drowsy, but it's not like to the point I can't fight it. You know what I mean? So when I went to the consultation though, they gave me some pain pills that would make me not as drowsy also. So I've been trying to take them like when the pain not as severe. It's like mainly when I'm like first to wake up, or like I said, if I get woke up out my sleep to it, and it's like, okay, you waited too long to take the pills. Then it's like, okay, I gotta take this so it could kick in fast and I can get this squared away.
All right, I feel it. Well, hopefully your recovery time be a little faster than the average
Oh,
bear.
you already know I ain't going. I'll be too. Everybody just was like, hey, they already been saying how well I'm taking this junk. So y'all know that physical therapy, I'm about to get it done and over.
About to give her one of them
Stress balls.
yeah, boy. Or one of them it look like a nutcracker thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be funny.
My dad used to have one of them. I'm working in the plant and stuff. But definitely gonna be back to 100%. So whenever we be back on this couch, y'all will see me then. But y'all already know we will be back Thursday, same time, same place. And we hope y'all like this something different.
Yeah.
Keith in front of the camera.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I like it.
On
But-
a Saturday.
Y'all already know what time it is. We about to get up out of here. Everybody have a safe rest of your weekend, and we will see you guys on Thursday.